Welcome to the Spirit Guide Daily. These are daily readings that will cross your path when they're meant to, but they are timeless readings, and they do serve as intermediate tarot lessons because they expand the meanings behind particularly reversals, but also the known cards as well. This is The Good Tarot by Colette Baron-Reid. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. Love it. Slightly cumbersome deck. It's difficult. It's like, it's not something you can hand to somebody who never touches cards and they'll know how to shuffle it, is basically my point. This is the Endora Fortune cards. This is the Soul Helper Oracle. Let's get going here with the Good Tarot. What's coming up today for the collective? What do they need to know today? Like I said, this is, if you're comfortable with shuffling cards, this is an awesome, awesome deck. If you're not, it's going to be a bit of a bear. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3. But it's beautiful and very, very sturdy cardstock. So there are trade-offs for the, it's genuinely, I don't have super small hands. I don't have big hands either. I just have hands. It's just a big deck. We have the 5 of Wands in the upright, which can be competition. It can be change. It can be like taking swipes at each other. It can be banter. It's one of the chaos energies for me. Expect small fires and the need to put them out when you see the 5 of Wands like that. That's coming out with the Chariot in reverse, which can be making a choice, because the Chariot in the upright is always depicted with 2 different animals of 2 different colors. Not always, but usually pulling in 2 different directions. So it can be being pulled in 2 different directions. It is an excellent card for business success, but this is also something coming to a close or something returning. Here's the thing. It's like the end of a skirmish in your life, like the settling down of an energy causes some 8 of Water in the upright, forward movement, basically. This is a card of going on a journey to seek more. The 8 of Cups is the Traveler's card. It is the Seeker's card. It is recognizing when a situation does not serve you and turning around and walking away from it. You're achieving closure on something that caused you a lot of confusion in the past. But here's kind of what I've got, is like, you're like, yeah, I've resolved a lot of things from the past, but I am not sure what the future is going to hold or is meant to hold. That's a really healthy place to be. Getting too attached to outcomes. I want this to happen, then I want that to happen. I want to marry this person. I want to get to have those many children. Listen, it's good to have dreams, but if we become over-invested in a vision of the future, sometimes we will be ignoring too much to try and make it happen. And everyone I know who has survived a toxic relationship has had to confront their tendency to do that. I had to as well, is not trying to have like a head of steam and trying to make something happen because you've convinced yourself it's what you want. Examine it for what it really is. And a lot of the times it's appropriate to turn around and walk away from the burdens of the past. This is a difficult journey coming to an end, and kind of a new dawn. A new day is dawning, but like there's less certainty about what it holds. If you're healed, you will have more peace with that. You will allow the future to unfold and bring to you what is meant for you. We do not chase, we attract. Here we go. And this comes out with the Unicorn, Good Fortune and Friendship, which is an excellent energy to have going along with that. The 8 of Cups I like, because it's leaving the broken things of the past behind. It is moving past the burdens and the difficulties and the damage of what has come before. And it really is a card of choice with the 5 of Wands, though. The 5 of Wands can also be about making difficult choices. The 5s are all about change. Something's coming to an end so that something new can begin, but there is, like, it's within your hands. It's within your hands. I keep getting a lot of release the past cards here. With live in this world as a dreamer, create a future paradise. One of the things that you can do is be hopeful about all things versus one thing in order to achieve that no attachment to outcomes. What I used to say, like I've done a lot of manifestation work and I've been able to make a lot of strange things happen. Whenever I'm envisioning something, I was just telling myself, I'm not going to get attached to that outcome, but that would be nice. But I leave room for other and even better outcomes. And that's what we forget when we hear like, hey, this thing that you wanted or this relationship or this set of circumstances, turns out it's not for you. Instead of thinking of that in terms of disappointment, understand that there is something for you. And that unfortunately, there's a lot of personal effort that goes into allowing that to be your mindset. where you don't just think about what didn't work out, you think about what you learned from it, how you've grown, and how it will fuel you towards better outcomes in the future. Live in this world as a dreamer. Envision a happier, better way of living. Envision better relationships, but don't focus on one person, focus on people. Envision better outcomes and more joy, but don't just envision one way that it can happen for you. Rigidity blocks so much from coming to us, and it also is a thing that sometimes makes us ignore what is good in our lives as well. So, the changes and confusions of the past are coming to an end. There is more coming to you. Try to envision your life as getting happier and happier. And you're like, hey, how am I supposed to envision something if I'm not supposed to be attached to outcomes? Because you envision something and then you let it go. You're like, well, maybe this would happen. That'd be fun. But you don't spend all of your time focusing on the, I think about when this will happen. And it always involves a specific set of circumstances. Instead, allow yourself to have fleeting dreams and to release them to the universe to do with what they will that is best for you. Okay? Good fortune and friendship. Live in this world as a dreamer. Envision yourself being happier, and you'll be happier in the moment because you will be experiencing the joy of what you're envisioning. But don't hold on to that vision. Allow it to be released, knowing that that is how I can feel and how I will feel. That was Spirit Guide Daily for today. Take care and be well.